Hi, everybody. Um, Today is going to be just one of those days. We've got more than enough food. Jeff's already gone. He's got some game, softball or baseball. It's in Reese. He's meeting Gary there. The dogs just went ape shit because a FedEx driver came and brought a box of from Chewy of the food for the old boys, and then some part that Jeff ordered for the car. I took all the plants out this morning. It is warming up nicely. The wind's still blowing like crazy mad. I'm gonna probably, since we have that steak and the mashed potatoes and the beans and all that, um, I'm gonna probably save that for Jeff because we had just before he was getting ready to leave, we had somebody show up that actually plugged the hole from where the tree branch went through the roof in the garage. So he plugged that up and he said that they're so busy right now with all the storm damage that we've had. And we have, we've had for like 2 days in a row. It's been okay now, but 2 days in a row we had high winds. We had like almost tornado weather. So people are busy right now with all the crap that's going on, and we just have a small hole that guy actually was able to plug or cover or some shit like that. But I'm gonna probably, since I still have my buns and I still have the chicken, I'm gonna probably warm up the chicken, toast. I can't put it in the toaster, but I'm gonna put it like on top of the toaster, like on top of it here, and then toast it. And then I've got tomato and I've got lettuce for my one salad that I can use, and then make a chicken sandwich and warm up some beans and potatoes or something because there's quite a bit of that left over. That'll be my dinner for tonight. I did. Oh, my shirt. I don't know. Deals on deals. Okay. The black one I had on the other day. Deals on deals. Deals on Deals is a shop that's on John Street. It's on the west side here in Bay City. It's off of Henry. It's the street that has the Sage Library on at the end, and then it also has a post office. It is a auto repair place. Rodney and Garth work there. I've known Rodney for years. In fact, I used to babysit his kids when they were real little, and now his kids are like, well, Bree's taller than me, I think. So Isaiah's way older now. But him and Garth have been working, doing this deals on deals for at different locations. I think this is like the third location that they've been at. They work on cars. The reason they call it deals on deals is you won't find a better deal in Bay City for what if you need something done on your car. These guys, they're the best. He actually commented on the shirt, the black shirt, saying nice shirt, which these shirts are actually the reason I have them is they're his work shirts. And when they get every like year or so, they get new work shirts. All his old ones are usually all stained up and crap, and he just gets rid of them. And I went there one time, and he had a pile of them on the floor, all kinds of shirts. He wears white t-shirts. He works in a freaking shop and wears white t-shirts. So I went and they were stained up really bad. And he's like, I said, what are you going to do with all them shirts? He's like, get rid of them. Throw them out. No. I brought them all home. I washed them all. Shirts like this one, it has a couple stains on the back, which I don't think you're going to be able to see. But it's deals on deals. It's kind of white. I got a black one. I think I got two black ones that has deals on the back and then on the front. And then the plain white t-shirts that he wears all the time, those ones that are stained up to where you can't get those clean, those ones I'm just going to cut up and use as rags. Jeff in the summertime don't like to take the vehicles to have them washed. He does them home. He'll get them at home. I cut them up. He uses them for rags for drying them off, or even when he's trying to wash or whatever. So I just wasn't going to throw them away. And I'm the type of person, I'm comfortable right now. I've got sweats on and t-shirt. In the summer when it's warm, shorts, a tank top. Oh, I got quite a few of those. They're bikinis, but they're shorts. And the top is bigger or whatever. I got a couple of those. I wear regular shorts and then one of those tops. So I'm not a dressy person. I don't wear makeup. I cut my hair short, so it's a wash and go. I don't have time to curl my hair and shit like that. I'm too busy for that. And I'm too old for that. God, I didn't even like doing that when I was younger. So I just thought I would keep the shirts and wear them when I feel like it, and I feel like it a lot. So I'm going to go ahead and do the chicken sandwich later. I'm not going to do it right now because it's like 3:30. I already had the dogs out a little while ago, and the yard is actually staying nice. I did find 2 shelves, which I should take out. I found them in the box that has all my pillows, outdoor pillows and stuff. I was thinking about painting these. I like them. They're good for like if I have little plants, if I want to put them somewhere. Let me bring you out. Let me turn the camera around. First, let me make sure it's open. And then my tomatoes, green peppers, another tomato, hot peppers, and onion. I'm going to get some more this weekend. But over here, here's my bird bath with the fountain in it. This box here is what I have pillows and stuff in. I got these 2 shelves. There's this one here, it's a corner one. And then this one here is like a little tripod thing. They got the little leaves on them. I just don't like that color. I was thinking of like getting a can of spray paint and just taking them out in the yard and spray painting them. Of course, you can't do it when it's this windy, but wouldn't that look cool, spray painting them black? I could even take this one here, a corner one, spray paint them black. Because I was thinking about spray painting this one little settee set black. This one here, but if I moved it down, like if I got his grill there, if I move this one down and then these over like closer to the window, I could put that little corner thing right down here and put little plants on it, because like this time of day, look how much sun is in this corner. This corner is getting plenty of sun. So if anybody has any suggestions, that'd be great. I'm thinking black though, because if I do the settee black and do those little shelves black for the corner, my lounger's already blackish, kinda. And then all my pots are black. Yeah, I would think that would be a good idea. Oh my gosh. I tried looking up today on Facebook. I gotta take these shoes off, otherwise I'll be having stickies all over my house. Oh, lovely hair. Anyways, I was looking up on Facebook on because I'm getting followers, and it said something about 500 followers in 30 days, and I've blown past that. I got 500 followers in 7 days, and I'm already at over 1,000. So I didn't understand why I wasn't like starting to see where could make money. And then it said something about stars, and then it said something about if you go live, you know how like when you're going live it'd be on this side over here. It'd have like a thumbs up or something like that, and then it has a star. If you touch the star, you just gave that person a star. Is how I'm assuming it's supposed to be. Boy, my hair is fried today. But anyways, I couldn't figure it out. It wanted me to it said it couldn't find my account. And then it says, what is your Facebook page ID? I couldn't find my Facebook page ID for the life of me. Then when I finally did find it, I couldn't find where I go back to put it. So it was a mess. I need to do it when I can sit and concentrate, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't concentrate. I got news today on my son Todd. They did move him to a different place, which is the place that he would normally be if they were going to ship him out of state to a federal prison. But When Jake called, and Jake's my youngest, he called that place and he talked to somebody who told him no. The reason they moved him there is until he has a court date where the judge can tell him, okay, this is what you can do, this is what you can't do, this is what, going on. Because she does not believe they're going to ship him out of state for less than 30 days. And that's all he would have to serve. So, and it's, he's not dangerous. He's not a threat. He just graduated college. He screwed up. He's was being dumb and shining a laser pointer in the sky at a helicopter. Yes, that's a felony. Yes, you can get into trouble for it, especially if it's a police helicopter. Anyways, so basically Jake went and checked, and it doesn't show for up to June 2nd. It does not show if he's got a court date yet scheduled. So as soon as it shows a scheduled court date, then he will go in front of the judge, and then the judge will say, okay, you're going to be on probation, or you're going to have a probation officer, or you're going to have to do a halfway house for a month, or whatever his thing is, they're going to have to do. Jake was under the assumption that if he got released, they would basically open the door and shove him out and say, find your way home. I looked it up, and they would actually put him in a car and drive him to Bay County, then put him out on the street and say, find your way home. Either way, if we have to drive down there to pick him up, we will, and it's down by Detroit, which I don't like that area, but if we have to, we will go down there and get him. Either way, he's going to be home here soon, hopefully. He served his time, so hopefully he's learned a lesson, which I believe he has. Once we can get him home, we can get him working, get him a job, get him situated. He's already got a place to live. So as soon as we can get him taken care of, everything will be a lot better, and I won't be as stressed. Now, once he gets home, he will be home, and then I've got Garth and I've got Jake. The only one that's left is my oldest son, John, who has his own demons, and he hasn't really had anything to do with any member of the family other than wanting to borrow money, claiming he needs it for gas to go to a work, but he's lost so many jobs. And I'm not even sure I want to get started on this one. I had John when I was 16 years old. And growing up, yes, I'm his mother, but he turned into, he is an alcoholic, a bad alcoholic. He has lost his jobs because of it. He's lost his family. He's lost his wife. He's lost everything because of drinking. But he does not think he has a problem. He thinks it's we that have the problem. And then he also thinks that it's my fault that he has the drinking problem that he has. Like I'm the one that opens his mouth and pours it down his throat, instead of me being the one to say, I'm not going to help you. I'm not going to give you money. I'm not going to do anything to help you as long as you're drinking. Either you stop drinking or we're done with you. Because when he gets drinking, he turns into this other person that yells and screams and swears and calls you every name in the book. And I have not literally spoke to him for almost 2 years since I spoke to him. And before that, it was 3. So, there's been a lot of time. When he was working in China, that's when his wife had her fill and said that was it. She wanted a divorce from him. When he was coming back from working in China and was going to be back in the States, I got him a house next door to me. Biggest mistake of my life. Biggest mistake, because I vouched for him because he made good money. I vouched for him, for the person that owned the house, to let him rent it. And he could not pay the rent on time, even though he had money. He blew his money on drinking. He blew his money on gambling. He bought lottery tickets daily, sometimes twice daily. He turned around and would get a job, work at the job for a few weeks till he got some decent money coming in. Then he would start drinking and miss work. Then he wouldn't go to work. After so long, he'd get fired, or he'd go to work drunk and get fired. And then he'd be unemployed for so many months and then go back to finding a job. And during it just, I don't even think I want to finish talking about it right now because it upsets me. But anyways, the last time I spoke to him, he swore to me that he was done drinking. He said he had gotten sick and he was in the hospital and he was not going to drink no more and he needed my help. Since he hadn't been working, he was getting ready to lose his storage unit with all his possessions in it. He was going to be thrown out from where he was living because he couldn't pay the rent. And I kept saying, no, John, I'm not going to do this. I don't believe you quit drinking. Somebody just told me they seen you walking out of the Jamie's on Columbus with a case of beer in your hands. If you're, not, he also is the type of person, he drinks vodka, he drinks whiskey, he drinks anything, and beer. When he says he quit drinking, what he meant is he quit drinking vodka and whiskey, but he still drank beer. He could drink a case of beer by himself in one night, a full 24-pack. So I said, no, I don't believe it. I don't believe it. And he was calling me every night, asking me or sending me texts. And then by the third night, he sent me a text and it started out, you're an effing C word and it's your fault I'm like this. You're the one that made me this way, blah, blah. And then it's like, I sent the text, and it was a long text. It was like long. And I got done all the way to the very bottom of it. And, he wishes I was dead and he, all kinds of stuff. I get right to the bottom of it. And then and I don't ever want to speak to you again. And then I put at the bottom, I sent a text back to him saying, well, I'm glad I know now that you are still drinking because the only time you sit up at 3:00 in the morning and write me a long ass text like that, calling me every name in the book, making it all my fault that you're the reason you are, is because you're drinking. Because I've been doing this with you. So I knew he was still drinking. And I said, this proves to me that you're still drinking. And then what I did is, I'm going to delete this. I want nothing to do with you until you can get your head straight. And I actually deleted it. And when I deleted it, it deleted all the messages for the whole 3 days that I was talking to him. I deleted his number. I lost his number. So I have no way of contacting him. I do know he's still alive because I'd say about a week ago, he contacted a family member asking to borrow money, saying that he needed money for dog food because he has a dog, and he needed money for gas because he had an interview for a job the following Monday. It was like Thursday or a Friday. And that person did not give him the money, which that's how it has to be with him, because if you give him money, I guarantee he's not going to a job interview. I don't even think he'd buy food for his dog. It would be the first thing he would do is get something to drink. So enough about, oh my God, I've been talking for a while. But this is just kind of giving people a chance to know who I am. Yes, I was very young when I had my first son. His name is John. I was still young when I had Todd a couple of years later. Then like 6 years after that is when I had Garth. And then 6 years after that is when I had Jake. And I started having grandkids. I can't even remember. My first grandkid is Devin. He's the one that's over in Germany right now. He's actually John's oldest son. John has 2 more sons, Jonathan and Ethan. And Todd has no kids. The only kids he ever had were 4-legged little dogs that are my grandpups. And then Garth has 5. And Jake has 2. 5 girls, 5 boys, and then 1 great-grandson. So that's pretty much how it goes. And then like my dogs. So I just kind of wanted to, for new people who don't know me, now you kind of do know me. Now you kind of know why I'm kind of freaking flaky. My kids drive me nuts. No, I'm sure I drove them nuts a lot. But I am a real person. I have a real backstory. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to try to be something I'm not, because that's just not how it is. I am a very plain person. I am not, I don't try to be a fancy, put makeup on. I watch so many videos where it's got the girl sitting there and she's got her hair all pulled back and she's putting makeup on and she's talking about her life and that. It's like, who the hell are you trying to impress? Quit putting freaking makeup on. Do you know what that does to your skin? Like, I should say that. No, I shouldn't say that. That's not right. Everybody should be able to do what they want to do. And I am the type of person, I'm not going to do that kind of stuff. I'm not going to do it. I'm going to be a real person. I am a crotchety old lady with 4 dogs, 4 kids, 10 grandkids, 1 great-grandson. I'm on my 3rd husband, I'll tell you that. And Jeff ain't never going to divorce me because my first 2 husbands are dead. and I had nothing to do with that either. They died of their own volitions. But we did live here in Bay City for years and years and years, right on the bay, right by State Park Drive. And then I think it was like 17 years. And then we decided we wanted to get away, so we moved up north. We had a little 2-bedroom, 1-bath house here in Bay City that we lived in for 17 years. Then we moved up north to a 3-bedroom, 2-bath, full basement, finished basement. It was a beautiful house. And we got up there, and we weren't up there a year when we started saying, kind of miss the kids. No, because it was an hour and 15-minute drive up there, so it's not like we had people coming over constantly. And we have grandkids that are in football, we have grandkids that were in Palms, and we were coming back and forth driving, and we couldn't bring the dogs, so it's like, let's get up in the morning, let the dogs out, drive to Bay City, watch a game, not stay long because we have to drive home because we got dogs, and the puppies were younger, so they couldn't be left alone very long without going potty. So then we found this place. Well, we didn't find it. Matt and Nikki found it. And that's a funny story too. We were at Matt and Nikki's getting ready for, I believe it was going to be Bryson's football game. And Nikki had sent us pictures of this house. Matt's parents found it. And she's like, oh, you need to look at it. It's beautiful and blah, blah, this and blah, blah, blah. And yeah, that's how we were. Yeah, we'll get around to it. Yeah, it's a cute house. Yeah, whatever. And while we're sitting there at her house, she picks up the phone and calls somebody. And when she gets it done, she's like, come on, we got to go. Well, where are we going? We got like an hour and a half before we have to go to the game. She's like, yeah, well, I just made an appointment for us to go and look at that house. We're like, what? She's like, yeah, we're gonna go look at that house. So Jeff and I are looking at each other like, really? We're gonna go look at a house now, I guess. So we decided we weren't gonna say nothing. We were gonna keep our mouths kind of shut, just kind of walk through with Matt and Nikki, letting Nikki do all the talking. Now, mind you, Matt, Nikki, and Gia, their daughter, just moved into their house on Brissett Beach. So they're fairly new to it. They've only been there a couple of months or so. So we gets here and we starts walking through. First thing I noticed, everything we wanted to do to the house up there, new floors, new kitchen, new bathroom, was done here. This is a brand new kitchen. I mean, she put new tiles on the wall, backsplash. She put new cupboards in. She put all new appliances in. They put a new floor through the entire house, one end to the other. There is no carpeting on any floor in this house. And the main bathroom, this is the dream bathroom that I've always wanted. This is the master. And then there's the walk-in closet. And this was the dream bathroom that I've always wanted. I mean, other than I wanted dual sinks, but I didn't get dual sinks. But anyways, we got the sink, but look at that. That is absolutely the one thing that I wanted. A tub big enough I could sit into and just barely look over the top of it. That's and then it still has a shower back here too. It's got a nice size shower in here. But this is the bathroom that I've always wanted. We looked at this and me and Jeff are like rolling our eyes at each other like, this is beautiful, look at this kitchen. And it's got 3 bedrooms and it's got 3 bathrooms. The master bath Then it's got a bathroom between the 2 bedrooms. And then it's got the little bath, which is just a toilet and a sink, but that's what we call Jeff's bathroom. And we're looking at this. And the realtor lady, we're all kind of walking around, and the realtor lady goes up to Gia. Now, mind you, Gia's like 7.5, 8. And she goes, so you really like this house? You think your mom and dad will want to buy it? And Gia goes, no, we just moved into our new house. This is for Nana and Papa. And then the realtor lady is like, oh, so then she knew who to have. She knew to not talk so much with Matt and Nikki because they were the ones that were acting like they were interested when it was really us that was interested. And then she told us, and this was, I don't even remember the date, but she's like, well, Monday is the last day for everybody to put in a bid. And there was like three different people who wanted the bid. So we decided we were going to put in a bid. We were not the highest. There was 2 people, I think, ahead of us that had a higher bid. But the reason we got the house and it was offered to us is because we wouldn't have had to sell our other house in order to buy this. And Janet, the lady who lived here, had already bought a house up in Houghton Lake. That's funny. We went from Gladwin to Bay City, and she went from Bay City to Houghton Lake. But she had already bought her house up there, and she was waiting for things to finish up so she could move in. So she wanted to do this quick, as fast as possible. And if it was somebody else who got the offer, they would have to go through getting approval, maybe having to sell their house or something like that. We told her we could buy this and then sell our house after. And she jumped on it, and that's how we ended up moving back to Bay City. And literally, the move up north, we did by ourselves with a trailer, a truck, and my car, loading everything into it and drive. And no, I can't say that because Jeff's brother, Randy, came from Newberry in the UP with his trailer and his truck. And he helped with the last bit of the moving. And then we got moved in up there. Then I don't think we had everything completely unpacked when we decided we were coming back. And now we're here. Jeff's like, well, we need to look at it. No, we don't. You got the barn you wanted. We now have a fenced-in backyard that we wanted so we could let the dogs out and not have to put the pups on leashes. We got everything we want right here. And now with having a damaged roof, the people who are coming to look at it might give us a quote on a new roof. Jeff told them, well, I think we might want to change the siding, which we were going to do, but we were going to wait a year or so. We might be doing that now. Who knows? But anyways, I am a real person. I am not fake. Yes, I'm blabbing my guts out for my whole family, but I think that's what proves that I'm real. So, I hear somebody growling. You know what it is? I bet you Megan's on my chair. Is she? Nope. I was going to say, I thought she was on my chair looking at a... It's Henry. Who are you growling at? Really? No, come on. Hey. You're going to get her started. Henry Owen. And there she is. That is enough. I don't know what you're in here growling at. See what I go through with these animals? They drive me nuts. Anyways, I'm going to make the sandwich here in a little while. I'm going to go out and water all the plants. Boy, my hair is just like fried today. It's because it's so windy out. But everybody, have a great day. I will come back later when I show you my sandwich that I make. And if I ever settle down and figure out how to get stars on Facebook or however. If anybody knows anything about that, can you let me know? Because I know that there's a way of going live because Dominique, she used to go live all the time because she used to sell that paparazzi jewelry. And she would like go live and hold it up, and Aubrey helped her, and earrings, and look at this. And Dominique, if you watch this, let me know how you did the go live thing so I could figure out how to go live. I don't know how to go live. I record a video and then I post it. That's how I know how to do it. Dominique, if you think of it, can you give me a heads up on how to go live, or if anybody knows that, let me know. But everybody, I will be back shortly. Have a great day. Love to all. Bye.